Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 178. I'm Ryan, and I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin. And tonight, this is a very special episode. We have some good friends on tonight that we've had on before. The Main Street Electrical Podcast is on, and join us, David Dollar and Jen Novotny.
Yay!
Awesome. That was good, right?
And
That's it.
like that.
Thank you for coming back and dealing with us geeks on I Am Geek. I know that I've heard, because we were on your show too. I don't know if it's still true.
You guys are coming back to our show pretty soon too.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Outstanding.
Are we still maybe the top listener there? I don't know.
Your episode is the most downloaded episode we have. And I'm not kidding. That beats Stacy. Must do Stacy, which she's right there.
Yeah.
That also beats McNair Wilson, the designer of the Tower of Terror and part of Hollywood Studios. So and I'm bragging on all the great guests we've had on.
That's right.
No, it's including. I mean, you guys have your episode was great. It was a lot of fun. I've listened to it. Gone back and listened to it again, and I was just thinking, what is it about this episode that makes it so popular? No, it was really good, and
I don't understand.
we're excited to have you guys back on. We really are. But yeah, the most downloaded episode we have is from you guys.
So now we have an in with Stacy. We could be, hey Stacy, we heard you are on this Main Street Electrical Podcast.
All alums of the Main
We're
Street.
sort of their top downloaded episode. So if you would like to come on our show,
Well, we're gonna have you guys on and Stacy at the same time and just blow it out of the water and just
don't do that.
Dude, oh my gosh, it'll be like through the roof.
That would be
black hole.
like a dream come true to talk to the Stacy.
It was pretty awesome, by the way. I will say I was geeking out the entire time.
She's actually one of the most down to earth.
Yeah, she really is. Jen and Stacy are like this, and I was like, Stacy.
Yeah, that's what I would be.
You hear her mom has it going on, so
Pretty much.
That's true.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Anyways, tonight we are going to, since you guys are also not only podcasters, but you have your own travel agents, and you do a lot for Disney. We thought, hey, it's 2021. There's no reason we shouldn't be going to.
Let me check my notes on that.
To vacation.
Wait, is it?
We thought we would take a look at the resort hotels at Walt Disney World and decide sort of the best of the best in sort of a March Madness in January style bracket.
You sure it's January?
It is now.
January insanity.
Yeah. Oh, the January insanity bracket for Walt Disney World Resort hotels. Anyways,
Resort Madness it is.
Yeah, but before we get there, there's a lot since we're talking Disney. There's a lot of stuff, Disney stuff that happened this last week. We won't get too in the weeds with this. Let's start
what we do here.
Let's start it off with something that I found rather funny and ridiculous. 12 hours for a cookie was something that people did last week.
I waited 2.5 hours for that cookie.
Oh my gosh.
Well, okay. To be fair, did you wait in line 2.5 hours, or do you have a return time 2.5 hours?
It was you have a return. It's a virtual queue, and then I got a text message.
Yeah.
Now this was during the soft open. We had no idea. We were just like, "What's this for?" Oh, okay.
That's a little different. I mean, I could wait 12 hours for a cookie if I didn't have to wait in line 12 hours.
Yeah,
I'm not wait 12 hours for anything.
I mean, I wait days for a cookie sometimes.
Okay, so for those that don't know, there's a new cookie shop in Disney Springs, which is sort of like what was formerly known as Downtown Disney, at Walt Disney World, called Gideon's Bake Shop or what is it? Gideon's
Bakehouse. I think.
Bakehouse, with these massive cookies that are like a half a pound or something like that are covered in all kinds of chocolate chips and goodness. They're supposedly really good.
And good for you.
And good for you. But on
Magical calories don't count.
Yeah,
That's right.
Grand opening, it took 12 hours to get a cookie. My thing is, even though if you didn't have to wait in line, I don't know if I want to spend 12 hours at Disney Springs.
That's my point. Like, I think I would have been like, yeah, peace out, y'all. I mean, I like Disney Springs, but
So this is just another one of their locations, though, right?
Yeah, there's another location that you could just go get the cookies from.
So what makes it so special?
It's at Disney Springs.
it's like a half a pound cookie. It's
I
like,
know.
I mean,
Do they not have that at the regular
No, they
shop?
were the regular.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
the regular
I think this
Yeah,
was
but it's not on
themed,
Disney
though.
property.
Yeah, it's not
just
on Disney
the
property.
Oh, I
average
know. I understand.
normal,
property.
It is themed. I don't know if the other location is
I don't
themed,
know.
like this weird, creepy library type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to see it a lot, I guess, if you're waiting that long. But
The theming is interesting. It's very almost Harry Potter.
it is.
Actually.
So they're magic cookies.
Yes,
That's what I'm hearing.
sleepy cookies.
It's a cool looking place. Like at the cash register, there's like these flames. It looks like flames that you have to put your hand through to give them your payment and stuff.
Yeah.
Is this a cookie or Heaven's Gate Hell's Flames? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What is that?
No, but like literally, it looks really occultish inside. I'm like, oh.
What flavor of
Okay,
Kool-Aid
now
do you
everyone
have
take
today?
everyone take your punch.
Yeah.
Now don't drink it yet. Wait for your time to pop up.
Ooh, it popped up on my phone. Ding! Time to drink the punch.
I'm like, honestly, I have not seen the breadth or the size of this cookie in real life. I've seen the pictures. I'd like to say that I would not eat the whole thing, but there's a good chance I would just devour the entire thing. Just a glass of milk and just go, and then like realize, oh crap, I just ate that entire thing. Because I could eat a sleeve of Thin Mints in a heartbeat.
Heavy
Oh,
rich
yeah.
cookie.
For sure.
Heavy
Oh,
rich.
yeah, we bought I don't know how many Girl Scout cookies this past week, so I would.
That sounds like a dare to me, Jim.
Is it that
That's
time?
what Sounds like.
It
It
is.
is that time, and I have so many, and I've eaten so many, and now I want to eat more because all we're talking about is cookies.
I know why I don't have Girl Scout cookies. Our neighbor that sold them to us moved away. So
Mm.
I think I could eat a half a pound of cookie too, David.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to admit that I could, but I kind of feel like I'm sitting at a table, just passing the time, dunking the cookie bite by bite. I would look down and realize only like this much remains, and then I'd be like, I'm not taking that with me. Might as well just eat it, and then I would feel horrible later.
You would feel awful later.
I would feel awful, but it would be awesome.
Yeah, socially, I want to say no. I wouldn't eat the whole thing. Privately, I would eat the whole thing.
I would eat it all.
Well, if you ever had like sitting down with lunch with somebody like Jen, she talks so much that you can't get a word in edgewise, so you might as well just eat the whole thing.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, with me, with two,
make a little note about this.
with two little kids, with me, I'd be like, if I don't eat all this right now,
Somebody else will.
somebody else is
Yeah.
going to eat this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I paid for this daggum
I
thing.
paid $6 for this cookie or whatever.
Which at
I mean,
Disney
they're
prices is not bad. $6 is
Yeah.
not bad for
No,
anything.
not
It's just-
really. It's true. I
They,
mean, it's for a half pound of something, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad.
it was really rich.
Sure. it's just-
Yeah.
It's not like it's a full pound, you know, it's a half a
Yeah.
pound.
Yeah, it's like running a half marathon.
Do we have a calorie count on it? Does anybody know?
I chose not to look.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
4,000 calories. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably something ridiculous.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
We have to know.
Yeah, now I'm looking it up.
Everybody's.
Oh my goodness!
It has to
Go,
be
go,
like
go.
All right, you guys look it up.
Oh,
I'll
it's-
keep
Hey
talking.
Siri,
Oh.
how many calories is in that big cookie at Gideon's? I
I
don't think it's going to come up, is it?
Oh,
No, it's not.
No, it's
That's
not.
not it's got to be somewhere though. You know, somebody's done the
Oh,
math
yeah.
on it.
It's got to be on
They have
something,
to,
right?
They actually
Yeah.
have to have it.
Oh, yeah,
posted
that's
there,
true.
So.
I think certain states require it. I don't like this
Yeah.
state. Sorry, no offense if you live in one of those states.
We do
Oh
in
my
Tennessee.
goodness, I saw the cookie.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I want the cookie.
Ugh.
You want the cookie?
It's,
Oh, by the way,
it's good.
they also have a peanut butter crunch, which looks amazing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it does.
I
They have
kinda
cake
want that
there
like-
too, I think.
Okay. Yeah, there's a cake.
They
Okay,
do-
I
oh,
gotta go. I gotta go and get in line.
We were thinking about doing a weekend trip to Disney because we have annual passes, and we found some cheap plane tickets. But then I saw which airline the plane tickets were for, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
I think I probably might know.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Between two.
I don't think it's worth going to Disney for that. So, I told my wife that. She's like, yeah, you're probably right. I'm like, if it was Southwest, yes, let's do it.
Right.
But if it was this other brand that's full of the spirit.
I was saying, like, wow, you're so kind. Like, I just call stuff out. I
Yeah,
don't
Spirit.
even
Yeah,
care.
I just can't ride.
One time I did out of necessity.
So,
And so I upgraded myself to first class.
oh,
Spirit. You just sit on the pilot's lap, right? That's first class.
So I found the recipe for the half-pound cookie.
Oh gosh.
So this may not be precisely right, but do you guys want to take a gander at how many calories are in this?
somebody said in the comments 400, but I feel like it's got to be more than that.
No way, it's 400.
Yeah, this particular recipe says 1,031 calories.
I believe it. Yeah,
I believe it.
Because that's a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of. I guarantee there's a lot of butter.
That hurt my stomach.
I want them to ship.
I would break off little pieces and dunk it in my coffee, and it was.
We should send that recipe out so we don't have to wait 12 hours. We can just make it at home.
Well, you could probably get Vance is offering to drive us across Orlando to go to the original location. So
cool.
I mean, you could probably just mail it to us.
There you go.
So.
Yeah.
Take hip on that. Vance, next time at Disney, can you just have this cookie waiting for me at my hotel?
In the car that you're picking us up in.
I'll take a half dozen.
Forget the Hampton Inn. I want the Gideon's cookie waiting for me.
Okay, so it's 400 calories per serving. So how much is a serving of that cookie, I guess? It's
apparently like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Wow. Every chocolate chip on there has 10 calories. And so, yeah, just do the math.
I don't do that kind of math.
Look at a triple chocolate chip. It's just a ball of chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's just really a bowl of chocolate, and they just insert little pockets of like cookie dough in there to make it look like a cookie.
Yeah. Filler.
It's just held together with love.
Yeah.
Which equals chocolate.
And fat.
Oh, lots.
Speaking of love.
I love you too.
Yeah. You guys watch. We're not going to get into depths here because last week we did a whole episode on WandaVision. You guys watch the 3rd episode? I know somebody didn't.
I don't know who would not have watched on the channel who would not have watched it and call themselves a Marvel fan. It's just, it's crazy.
It's time.
It's only 30 minutes, really.
It really is a 30-minute
It goes
episode.
by so quick.
I mean, yeah, that does help.
I've watched it
got
twice.
like an hour and 30 minutes.
I will tell you though, I'm gonna be mad because then I'm gonna be like, why didn't I wait till the whole thing was out and then binge the whole thing?
Well, but see, this show you don't want to do that. I think.
Okay.
We talked about this sort of last week because it's like a mystery, and you want to take each episode and you want to really think about it before you watch the next one.
There's a lot to absorb.
Yeah, there's
really
a lot to absorb. You want to think about it. So I'm glad
you
they're doing like this.
You wouldn't want to binge Lost. Like 12 episodes in one day because there's just too much to pick up and you would miss some things because you're watching it all. I mean, I watched the 4 episodes. It will be 4 by the time this weekend rolls around. Watch the 4 and then maybe even go back and watch one of them again or something if you need to. And I've watched each one twice and they're spectacular.
Yeah, I love it. At the end of the season, we're going to do a roundtable, WandaVision roundtable. So David, maybe you should come back on.
I'm in.
And join our roundtable discussion.
I've been reading the House of M comic series to kind of pick up the original comic story, which I don't know where it's going to go, and so we'll see. But excited.
Yeah, they keep dropping clues, and I'm like, oh, I think I know what this is. Oh, I think I know what this is, and I hope they follow through with it, and it's not like just like, oh well, they were just random people,
It's just a show.
So hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyways, so we won't get too much into that. The other big news. This week is that the Jungle Cruise is getting a redo.
They said retheme, which scared me when I saw it, but I think like a little refurb, some.
Yeah.
I'm fine with what they're doing. I'll be honest with you. They're not upending the whole thing as long as, and maybe I'm hoping that I didn't read this wrong. They're still going to have a live skipper on the boats.
I hope they have a live skipper.
I hope that because that's the charm. But they'll be telling a story rather than just taking a tour through the rivers. And I'm okay with kind of some of the they're making some of the changes cultural, and I get that. And I'm not a PC person, but I'm kind of okay with some of the things they're going to do. I mean, just
It almost sounded like the skipper was going to be more interactive with everything.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
And that made me think of like the Great Movie Ride, where like the tour guide was with you or whatever, and then had to jump off, do some stuff.
Jumps off the boat,
and then came back.
Shoot a gun.
I'm hoping so.
Or maybe
Well,
they're
what I'm
replacing
hoping,
the skippers. They're replacing the skippers with those PhotoPass robots that they had for a while.
Oh no!
I'm hoping they replace the speaker boxes on the boat, so when they're telling the story, it's not like, if you look over here to the left, what you want to see is this real.
It makes it more authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's even worse is when they're wearing a mask and doing that. Because
Yeah.
we went on it and it was like, this is the worst because you just hear, I'm like, is this Charlie Brown? What's happening here? Because you couldn't understand anything she would say.
Well, if they're going to do that, they might as well just throw in the narration from the Great Movie Ride, because it's all the same once that muffled stuff gets in there. And
Yeah.
you'll be able to look on the boat, looking at the Nile River, going, "Did he just say Footlight Parade? What just happened? What?"
People keep asking if The Rock is going to make an appearance, and here comes my
Here we
joke.
go. Here we go.
The thing is, The Rock has been there for years. We've just taken for granted.
Most people think oh.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Chris joke.
Look, we lost our 2 viewers.
Well, we did go down to 4. We had 5.
They were like,
Not for me.
Anyway, so they didn't really give a date on when that's going to roll out, but who knows?
No.
At this point,
At this point.
Do we think that's going to be something? And maybe this is a Jen question. I don't know. That I'll ask tomorrow, so you have time to think about it. When we record our show, do we think that they're going to close it before the 50th? Because we're starting to run into that time period when it's going to be hard to open.
I don't think
at Disney paces.
No.
Close and open thing. Okay.
I don't think they can afford to close
do
down.
anything. Yeah.
I think that just like Splash Mountain, they're like, hey, we just want you guys to know that don't worry. We're going to change this stuff.
So 2023, everything's going to be closed to be refurbished.
Yeah.
Oh my
like
gosh.
nothing will be open.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, now I could see. I don't even know if they want to do it the year of the 50th. Do you know what I mean? Like, because like you would say the 50th year starts October 1st. It would go
right, and they'll celebrate for like another 8 or 10 months, and
but then I guess the
merchandise
following January, because they always take down Splash in January anyway. So I feel like that might be okay. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah. It'll be their farewell tour for the 50th.
What if they connected Jungle Cruise and Splash and just had the rivers run together? That would be amazing.
Like remember that waterfall you saw behind?
The skipper jump off right before it goes down the big thing and the big the big hill and Splash and goes back up again.
So dramatic, yeah.
And they changed it to the underside of water.
Yeah. They could put the tunnel. They could just go through the underground tunnels.
Yeah, why
the
not?
skipper jumps back on, dressed as a badly dressed gangster all of a sudden, and this is good. I like this. I mean, the half plane is already there, so it works.
That's true.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
But there's one more piece of news.
Yeah. Is it
not not that what you
not
think.
the movies?
So did you all see? No. Did you all see that California is loosening up on their
yes.
safe at home stuff?
Yes.
I don't know
Right
what
now,
that
outdoor
safe at
dining
home.
is allowed.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a step forward.
That is a step forward. I know people in California, and that is a definite step forward.
For Disneyland, in case people are wondering where I was going. With
the three of you may have, I may have already said this or answered this, but have you? I thought y'all three been to Disneyland?
No.
I have.
Chris has.
Because I lived in LA, so I actually got to go there.
He was in the movies.
Yeah,
I was a star.
That's right. That's right. You were important. I forgot.
No. Forget it again. Not important.
I've never
we were
been.
in Disneyland 1 year ago this weekend, actually, Jen and I, and the whole trip. And so I keep meaning to post pictures from like a year ago, and I just keep forgetting.
I should do that tomorrow. Oh, it was such a fun trip.
It was a great trip. Of course, I'm at the airport. I'm like, oh my gosh, Kobe Bryant died. What the heck? And so
I know, and that was like the most. Everyone was like,
well, I don't know if you had the airport if this happened to you, Jim, but I looked around and like I saw people like looking at their phones and like random heads would pop up like, what?
Yeah,
I was in LA. I mean, this is big time.
Yeah.
So
my driver on the way back, we had a shuttle driver.
My driver. Jeeves turned around and said, Madam Novotny, did you know that Kobe Bryant died?
We had to stop the flying car right there.
Yes, Jeeves, I'm upset. Can we get him in julep, please? Right away.
That sounds pretty accurate to how it went, actually. That's not good.
Let's stop this bougie mobile right now.
I can't help it if I'm bougie. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, 1 year ago today, Katrin and I were at the Royal Rumble.
That's right. Oh, that's awesome.
true.
Yeah.
I left the day before that.
That's my favorite WWE event, by the way, is the Royal Rumble, and I'm so excited for that. Jen has
I'm
no
gonna
idea
go-
what we're talking about.
No, I'm going to tell all of you right now. I have been to a Royal Rumble. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Nice.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Now that's not
1999.
okay. That's not like some bougie store on Black Friday. Not that.
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
that's
Royal
not
Rumble.
like a
I know.
sale at
No, I
Macy's.
know.
Rich
I-
people rumble.
in the late 90s, I was super into WWE.
Oh.
Mostly because of The Rock,
time.
but I was still into it. So
I don't think I knew this about you. We're gonna have this
Oh.
discussion later on. We're gonna talk offline all about this.
I could actually probably speak about most of the wrestlers in the late
That's
90s.
fantastic.
Can you give us the eyebrow?
I'm not good. I tried for years to get the, but I can't do it.
Oh well. Oh,
I
there
can't
it
make.
is. Look there.
I can't do it.
I can't do the other one.
Wow, Chris, you look just like The Rock.
I know. Don't I? Can you smell what I'm cooking?
Wait, hold on, Jen. Who did you
Sound
say
like
was your
gravel.
favorite again?
The Rock.
Fuck.
It doesn't matter who your favorite is.
Oh,
Oh.
it doesn't matter. I think I have The Rock sitting back there. Yeah, I've got
I have a man crush on The Rock. I love The Rock. So it's, I got to see him at WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta, which was awesome.
Oh.
Cena
Wait,
is,
yeah. And then right before, was it right before the Royal Rumble that we did the live show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was,
we
so
did.
you shared that picture, and I didn't even put the two together that was that same weekend until just now. So
We did
yeah.
our first big live show at a club. I don't know what you call the place.
It's a club.
ringside.
Like a
Okay.
bar with a
Yeah, bar at the stage.
Mhm.
It was an event for Comic Palooza where they were trying to. They would do these events to try to get people interested in Comic Palooza. So they have a big podcast program where they.
Okay.
So it was mostly podcasters that were at this event, but it was people in the crowd, and we did a trivia event, and it was pretty fun. But
It's fun,
That's cool.
but not anymore because it's
not anymore.
COVID.
Little
Anyway.
did we know.
All right, are we ready to
Let's do it.
Oh,
dive
Let's do
into this?
or wow.
We've got more. We're gonna. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the value resorts, crown that champion, move on to the moderates. I know Jen has no idea what we're talking about. Move on to the moderates, and
know.
then crown that champion. Then get to the deluxe, and then maybe I don't know. We'll pick one of the three to be our top one, and who knows? Maybe a value resort
It could.
will
Well,
win it all.
honestly, though, the way I look at the bracket, you should have, because there's so many deluxe resorts, you should have two from the deluxes going into the final four. That's the way I kind of.
Well, we could do that.
You'd have a value and moderate taking on each other for the championship round, and then the deluxe taking on the winner of the two deluxes in the championship round, and then you'd have a winner. So we theoretically could have All Star Sports taking on the Grand Floridian.
We could.
Which
Wait, there's a clear winner there.
All Star Sports. Yes, we know.
exactly sports.
No.
I did not include because they're deluxe villas, so I didn't include Kanani Village. I just sort of made that. That's Animal Kingdom.
Like all part of.
yeah,
Know,
that's all
part.
part.
Yeah.
Because then we would have had 20.
The field of
There's
64
a lot of
Yeah,
resorts
a
if you do
bunch.
that. There's a
plus the
lot.
play-in games.
You didn't have me sleeping in my car on here at all.
That's in its own bracket.
Okay.
That's the first four. That's the play-in game.
It's
That's
nice. I mean, there's a mint on the
Sleep in the
pillow every
car.
time.
Motel 6.
Mhm.
I didn't have our relative's house that we stay at for free sometimes either.
Yeah, you need to add that too.
It's cool. It's
You
nice.
put that on the same. That's again.
Swan Dolphin and Chris in his car did not make the tournament
No.
win their conference. So
All right.
they didn't get automatic bid.
So we're going to start the value resort. We're going to start with All Star Sports and All Star Movies. We put these together because they both have All Star
Oh,
in the name.
Huh.
So
about that.
I think I have stated all of the All Stars. If I think about it, look at that: sports,
There it is.
music, movies,
With
repeat.
a great shirt.
That's right. Love this shirt.
Jen, do you have an All Star sheet or a shirt?
I do.
Sheets?
No,
Or-
I don't actually.
Sheets.
I
She has
do
sheets
not.
The sheet set.
Is your bed made in the
It's nice soft cotton. It does great on my car whenever Jeeves is out there waxing it.
Jen, have you ever stepped foot in an all-star?
All joking aside.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
joking.
in college, I sang with my college jazz band.
Yes.
And we went down to perform in Walt Disney World, and we stayed at All Star Music. So, yes, I did what?
In college, so it's
Slummed it
2014.
in college.
So it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been okay. I'll take 2014. All right.
A lot of people experiment in college. It's understandable. So,
I was still
It's
learning
fine.
who I was. I was
Am I cheating?
no.
I mean, I figured it out pretty quickly, but
For those
It
of
was one time.
the value resorts back in the day, they were like cheap, but now they're still. I mean, they're
now
still
they're
decent.
cheaper. They're cheaper.
I remember this was in 2009. Whenever I was a cast member, so we got 50% off on the hotels. My wife and I stayed at Pop Century for a week for $42 per night,
Oh my
Oh.
word.
and then we spent half the week at Wilderness Lodge, and I think we paid like $138 per night for like 4 nights in a row. So yeah, it's changed. Things have changed since
Things
then. So,
That's-
yeah.
If you want to stay in All Star Sports right now, you can't because it's still closed.
Right.
So, just
So we're just taking that one right off the list.
Yeah.
So basically it's movies versus sports in this particular matchup,
Wait,
correct?
what happened to music?
Yeah. First
Well,
is sports.
Oh,
versus-
sorry.
sports versus music. So, the sports, also sports is based on sports. So there's a lot of oversized sports stuff
What?
around.
Mhm.
And then All Star Music is based on, you guessed it,
Is it?
music. So there's just big quarter notes just
Mhm.
Mhm.
hanging around.
Mhm.
Whole notes.
Hall & Oates.
Whole notes is there.
Delete.
I
All
think
of
the
those.
music,
Yeah, Jen
one,
can't go for that. Oh no can do.
the music one is divided up into genres.
It is.
Mhm.
How would you know, Jen? You've only
I
been there
told you I
once.
just said I felt that I remember there were genres.
She goes
Read
into the
about
computer
it.
system
There's
and
a
sees which
piano
rooms we
pool.
booked, so she knows. So how are we doing this? Everybody's just voting around like in a big circle?
Yeah,
Or
let's
vote?
vote.
Or-
Let's do it.
Katrin? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I've stayed
You're
at
a
neither
person?
of these. I'm gonna go with music though, for no reason. But I play music. I like music, so
Well, there you go.
let's go with that. Well, no, I didn't play sports. That's a lie. But I mean, I played soccer, and I like sports, but I'll go with music because I don't know the difference right now. So
Well, there you
Next.
go. Chris.
Sure.
You don't care. Just pick
No,
one.
I don't care. No. Well, I mean, when we would go as a family and stuff, and we were like booking, we usually stayed at like all-star places and stuff, and like like the places I want to stay would sell out, and then we ended up at sports. I'd be like, crap, I don't want to be at sports, so I'm not picking sports.
There you
I'm
go.
going for music.
yeah,
We didn't stay at the All Stars.
We've stayed at the sports. I know I've stayed at the sports.
Well, we've
So,
stayed there, but not
dang
with
it,
our family.
Rex.
I don't think. I don't think so.
all right.
I don't know.
So you
Probably
said
did.
sport. What, you said sports?
I said music.
Oh, music. Okay,
Because
that's 2 for
I don't
music.
like-
Jen, just pick music.
I'm taking music because I stayed there
Yeah.
once. So the music.
I hope this
I'm
is
a
helping
musician.
people.
I mean, the All-Star ones are all very similar. They all
Yeah.
offer
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just what
It's
theme do
just
you
the
like?
theme. What
Yeah.
do you like?
Yeah,
Basically.
And I don't like sports.
yeah. I really thought this one would go by faster. Uh,
You're in control, Ryan.
David,
Come on.
sports or music?
Well, let me just say, I love the All Stars. I do. I enjoy the All Stars because of what they are, what they provide for families, because it's easy. Families who want to just eat, sleep, shower, and get out the door, perfect. If you go down there by yourself, sports is great because it's cheap. Get in there. I'm not really particular about the room. As long as it's clean, there's no bed bugs. As long as I got running water and a hot shower, I don't care. Throw my stuff down. I'm out for $132 a night for a couple of nights. We're good. If I got the family with me, if my wife with me, she's not stepping foot in an All-Star ever again. She's like French Quarter or up. This is why Jen and Steph are very good friends. I like music. I'm picking music out of the 2 of these, though. I've stayed in all of these on this bracket that we're doing. I like music because I like the fact it has a family suite option for families that
Oh.
can't quite afford Art of Animation.
True.
Same layout, same kind of actually, little kitchen area is a little bit bigger actually at the Music Family Suites. So I'm going to go with music. I like the theming better as well than sports. Sports to me is the bottom of the rung on all of these resorts, but it's still a pretty good rung. I would put sports above most other hotels in the Orlando area, not Disney.
Wow.
So
I don't even have to vote, so it's music. Music.
There you go.
Yeah. I would have picked it because it has a giant cowboy boot.
That,
There you go.
That's
well, there you go.
So that would be music. Would be going against movies for me. Movies all the way because it's just got all kinds of fun, big giant Disney characters and stuff around.
I love movies.
So that's what I would pick. Just
That's movies on me too. Just mark down movies.
Me as well, because it's movies. I love movies.
Yeah.
And what other place on property gives Mighty Ducks love? You don't get that.
Yeah.
Movies.
that was a good movie.
Everybody agree. Everybody agree on that one. That was pretty
Moving
easy.
on.
Jen's like, sure,
I
whatever.
mean, whatever. Sure.
Just agree.
Whatever you lowly people decide on.
Which moves us on to Art of Animation versus Pop Century. Now, this one's a little harder. Art of Animation versus Pop Century. I have stayed in both. One, Art of Animation is more suites, family suites. And Pop Century is sort of a upscale all-star.
Oh man.
Oh, someone else is bougie too.
Yeah.
Like a pop star.
Yeah. Now, Pop Century does have the Skyliner, right?
Well, they both do.
Oh, they both do.
As
Yeah.
better.
They share it. It's right in the middle.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, remember, Art was supposed to be the other half of Pop Century, and then
Yes.
and then 9/11 happened, the recession hit, and then it turned into Art of Animation 10 years later. I have a whole diatribe on that too, but I won't go into that because your show is only going to be 3 hours. So
That's right. Keep it to 3. Come on.
that's right.
Yeah, I've stayed at both, and well, no, I haven't stayed at Art of Animation, but I've walked through. It's a really cool place to go and just like walk around because there's just a lot of cool. Like there's Cars Land, there's the Finding Nemo like Reef, there's Lion King. We stayed at Pop Century one time, and I just took the kids over there because my wife had a work thing, and we just walked around and just explored all these big giant things. Fun fact, all the carpet that they have in the resort, there's a big strip of carpet that goes all the way down. It is if you lined up all their carpet in the resort, I don't know why I know this, it would be the same difference from going from Orlando to the Kennedy Space Center.
Oh.
That's how long that resort is. Or like
It's a big resort.
yeah.
It's a big resort.
It is a big resort.
Biggest pool on
Sure.
property, and if you go underwater, you can hear singing, you hear music
Right.
underwater.
The big blue pool.
Yep.
If I'm picking one, I would probably pick Art of Animation because of the suite style, the more room for the family, and all the cool stuff that you have there to walk around with. Yeah, that's me.
I myself would also have to pick animation because I'm an animator and I'm going to go with animation. That's simple as that. I'm not a pop star, so
Well, I am a pop star. That's my family's go-to place. So, Pop Century. So, I was going to say with the addition of the Skyliner, it helps a lot. But I mean, again, they share that. But I'm going to go with Pop Century just to be different.
Don't say anything, Jen. Jen, don't say anything.
But also because I know it more than I do Art of Animation. And it's a little bit cheaper than Art of Animation.
That's true.
So what I was gonna throw in here with Art, I love Art of Animation. I love the family suites. I've stayed in all 3 of the different suites. Like I'm to the value resorts what Jen is to the deluxe. Like I've stayed in all of them repeatedly, and I could talk about them openly. Love the food court. Love the pool. It's a great resort. But like Katrin, I'm a big Pop fan. I love the new renovated rooms. I've stayed in those before by myself and with a family. And there's room with a Murphy bed going up and down. Everything looks cool. The resort's not so big that you can't, even if you're in a standard room, you can't just go to the front desk pretty fast. The hippy dippy pool is great. The food court is great. It's reasonably priced. So I'm also going to go with Pop, leaving us with 2 Arts and 2 Pops and turning it over to Jen. See what she wants to do.
it's called the hippy dippy pool.
Yeah.
It is.
It
Well,
is
that's-
called the
so-
Hippy Dippy.
So they also
Okay,
have
I'm
multiple
definitely
pools.
animation.
Yeah, they have like 6 pools.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of pools shaped
Yeah.
like
Are
random-
y'all you all wanting to bribe me for because I don't really have a horse in this race.
Art of Animation would probably be the Grand Floridian of value
It is the
resorts.
Grand Floridian Value Resort. That is accurate, actually.
And I'm sure that you can get a mint julep there anytime you
Yeah.
want.
It is the newer build. I mean, probably because of space, and I could pretend I'm in a villa. I probably will go with art. So
Oh.
There you go.
And so I did have one bad experience at Pop a couple of years ago. We got this awesome room. What we thought was an awesome room. It was on the corner of a building on the first floor. So we thought it was great because it was right near the main building. We're like, oh, this is great. We can get there. Well, every night or morning or I guess night, we would find these worms on the floor in our room from just being on the ground level. I guess it was the weirdest thing. We didn't say anything to anybody. I wish we had because they probably would have done something, But so from there on, it's like, okay, we're going to stay on at least the second floor from now on.
Yeah.
You just don't remember that was the tequila.
Yeah.
The key.
I don't remember drinking that much tequila.
And a lot of empty bottles on the floor, too.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
The worms just brought those bottles in. All right, this takes us to Art Animation versus, yes, it's a value, campsites at Fort Wilderness.
I wondered about. I mean, I guess it is pretty
Art.
On their
expensive.
website,
straight up
it
art.
is
I mean-
listed as a value resort.
Yeah.
It's less expensive than any of these, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's like,
Well, because you're bringing your own camper.
oh, I know, yeah.
You're bringing your own hotel. That's why it's cheaper.
Yeah.
I have stayed at the campsites in a tent.
Never been there.
In like January or something, so it wasn't like really hot.
I was to say, yeah, it's
Mm.
with it being hot, it would be impossible for
Yeah.
me.
That's before kids, though. So with kids, I probably would not do it. But it's an experience.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Oh, I mean,
You're
If
selling it.
if
I
my
go
wife,
for camps all the time, and man, they do it up. But
yeah, if my wife would go, then I would try it at least once. But because my son and I go camping all the time, but my wife would not have it. So
The bad thing about it is if you go to the park all day and then you come back and you're like, time to lay down in the tent, you're just sort of like, no.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the ground or sleeping in a bed.
They do
I'm
have
gonna go with
parades
bed.
that go through the
Mhm.
campsites that are pretty cool. Like golf cart
holidays
parades.
at Fort Wilderness are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's another culture over there. It's
It is.
Okay.
it's like the drum line of a high school marching band. You're part of the band, but it's a different world in the drum line.
Yeah.
you could say weird.
Mhm.
So
But
there's
the
that.
fort is that. I mean, the fort has a lot of really cool stuff
Oh,
that you
yeah.
don't get anywhere else, for sure.
Yeah.
But remember,
Yeah.
we're talking about just the campsites, not the
Right.
whole Fort Wilderness
Yeah.
cabins. Just the
Yeah,
campsites.
no.
Cabins will be
I'm gonna
coming
go hard on
later.
that.
But
I
you
mean,
have to talk about the amenities too.
So do you want to have the amenities but sleep on the ground? Or
Yeah, it will be art. Just saying. This girl, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't do.
she doesn't even
that.
glamp.
I don't
That's
I don't outdoors. So
exactly. I don't bug.
And you have
Like I
you do have the Skyliner. That was going to be my argument for Pop if at some point, and apparently it's not going to be there. So so for this one, it's definitely you have the Skyliner and it's clean and it's you're inside.
it's clean.
Which would take us to art versus movies. For me, the Skyliner would probably tip the big for
Yeah.
art.
Yeah, I mean, and some of this is all depends on
This is
your
the best.
goals too. Because if you're trying to save money and
Yeah, if you're saving money, then movies.
yeah,
And they've been refurbished as well. So they've got the Murphy
Yeah.
bed,
Yeah.
they've got the clean stuff going on. Knowing that this is not, I mean, whatever resort here is going to get into the Fantasmic Four, but not get any further. I imagine it'll lose to the moderate resort no matter what we do. I'm going to throw in movies. I love movies. I before Pop got refurbished, I would put every value family into movies. Whenever they came asking for a value,
Yeah, I lost it.
Oh no!
whatever.
Oh no.
Oh,
There he is. He's back.
Oh,
He
there
just
he is.
froze a little bit.
he just fell asleep. It was fine.
He froze because he picked movies.
Katrin, what did you pick one, Katrin?
Push the button.
Katrin?
I said art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animation.
Yeah, so that's 3. So Jim,
Art.
art, yeah.
Art.
Oh, art is the winner.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. We have a winner finally.
Woohoo, winner, chicken dinner.
Hey, that's the first one.
Yeah, we're going to divide this
Next week's
episode into
we'll talk
like
about the moderates.
Oh my
3 episodes. we don't have to do anything for 3 weeks because this one's going to be like 3 episodes.
There you go.
Surprisingly, Jen and I have been in this very same situation with another podcast doing this very same
We
thing.
literally did 4 episodes on a bracket.
Ooh.
Top 100 attractions
Top
at Walt
100.
Disney World.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Past and present attractions, everything.
Yeah.
And the host, the Imagineers podcast, they're Matt and Susie. They're wonderful. And
Yeah.
but the host was like, "Yeah, we're gonna see how far we can get. We may have to break this up into 2." And I'm like, "I don't think you understand
Yeah.
how Jen and I like to talk because
Well, it's already divided into like 2 right now because the recording stopped and we had to start back. So.
That's true.
All right, let's move on to moderate resorts before I lose my mic again. We're going to start with the Caribbean Beach, which is funny because you call it Caribbean Beach Resort, but then you call the ride Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Sort of funny. You know, Disney should pick which one or the other.
well, Caribbean Beach actually does have a beach, and Pirates of the
No, but you're
Caribbean has pirates. So
Caribbean versus Caribbean.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Pirates
Gotcha.
versus beach.
Well, Caribbean Beach sounds too much like a Billy Ocean song, so I can see why they probably want to steer away from that.
Yeah.
I say beach, you say pirates.
Start the whole thing off. Boop, boop.
Beach, pirates, whatever.
All right, so I don't know who you want to go first, but I'm going to throw in here, and I'm going to say Coronado Springs and make this easy because I think Caribbean Beach is way too big. If you're stuck in the standard room, you got like a 45-minute walk to get to a pastry to front desk. Coronado Springs is also very large, but they have Destino Towers. And I've never stayed there. I'm going to be staying there in March, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to go with Coronado. That's my pick.
I have very fond memories of Coronado back in the day before they redid some stuff. So I'm going to say Coronado. I love the Pepper Market. It's changed.
Yeah.
But the old Pepper Market was great. Loved it. So, and it's got the convention center. If you ever
I'm
want
gonna say
to
it's got a convention center. Yeah.
do that. I've stayed at Caribbean Beach once, and it, like you said, it was just sort of like, this is a thing. Yep.
And so on our last trip, we went to the Caribbean Beach, whatever, and because we were staying at Pop, and we rode the Skyliner over there, and we're like, oh, let's eat dinner over there, and check it out. We've never been there, and yeah, it was huge, and the food was not good.
Yeah. When we ate there, it wasn't good either.
Was this before or after the refurbish?
This is this year. I mean, this is
Okay. Yeah.
October. And I mean, it was it was fine looking, but the food that we had that we chose, we thought would be good, and it wasn't. Because but we're also kind of comparing it to. I mean, it's not fair at all. The Riviera, you know.
Oh, you can't compare to that.
Trying to think of the places we had eaten, you know, around there, and it was just we shouldn't have come here, you know. But the good thing is they accidentally gave us an extra dessert, and so that was nice. But
it wasn't very good, the dessert.
But the dessert was fine. The food was just kind of
Yeah.
and it's huge. They do have the shuttle that goes around, and that was kind of nice. The driver we had was really funny and informative. But yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted to stay in the pirate rooms, but I think I'll go
Only
with you
double
guys.
beds at the pirate.
Only double
room,
beds.
so
Yeah.
only
And
double beds.
they're also in the back of the resort too. So
Yeah.
Mm.
So
So is
I'll
that
go
a
with Coronado.
Coronado, yeah.
I'm going Coronado, and here's the shocker because I have stayed at Destino Tower, and it felt way more deluxe than anything else in a moderate range there. So I was like,
parsing those words very carefully. I like that.
okay, this is like, I could do this.
Nice.
I liked it.
Yeah. I haven't stayed at either Coronado Springs or Caribbean Pirates. But like I just looked them up online, and which I would prefer to go to, and it looked like I would prefer Coronado Springs.
Very good.
Nice.
The Coronado moves on. Coronado is taking on the cabins at Fort Wilderness.
I got Fort W. Cabins at Fort W.
Yeah,
Fort Washington.
George Bush.
It's a George Bush themed resort. So.
Yeah.
Part of Disney's strategery.
Don't like it.
I'm just checking my out. Okay, so I have stayed. I've stayed at the cabins. Have you guys stayed at the cabins?
Was there in last September. Yep.
I've toured cabins. I've looked at the cabins.
She's heard of them.
I've watched Cabin in the Woods.
I've stayed at a cabin.
I had log cabin syrup.
Too close to camping for me.
I like the cabins. They're very nice.
They are actually very nice. I will say that.
I like the cabins, but unless you have a golf cart,
Yeah.
you need a golf cart, and that's an extra
You need a
$67 per night. Plus, they only come in seats of 4. You can only reserve the 4-person golf cart. You have to take your chances with the 6-person golf cart. So that's a strike there, and it is a big resort. So for those reasons, although I enjoyed my stay, I did like the full kitchen. It's not quite as big as you think it would be looking at that cabin. The bunk beds were nice, and I slept on the bunk bed. Actually, I had to sleep a little diagonal because they're not quite made for me. But I slept on the top bunk, and but I'm going to go with Coronado Springs in this particular matchup. I don't know that I would stay at the cabins again unless I was given a really good discount or I was with a party of other people that was paying for it or whatever. Just because you got to have that golf cart. You got to have that golf cart.
Yeah, I also Coronado Springs. Again, haven't stayed either of these places. I looked at pictures, and I don't like outdoors. So, Coronado Springs.
If it wasn't for the transportation, then might consider it more. But yeah, I'll go with Coronado.
Now, if staying at the cabins gave you like unlimited access to Hoop-Dee Review, then
But it's not open.
Well, that's different.
that's
It's not
different.
open right now. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
no brainer. But yeah, I would pick Coronado.
Definitely, I think we all know that I'm
Yeah,
sticking with Coronado on this one. Specifically, the tower.
Now, had we done this tournament a year ago, I probably would have gone with Fort Wilderness because they do have Hoop-Dee-Doo, and they have Trails In, and they have Mickey's Backyard Barbecue.
Yeah.
Reflections Resort was coming. They got the boat to the Magic Kingdom. But all that's closed. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Coronado moves on to the Enchanted Eights, is what we're calling it now.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of technical difficulties in this episode. My mic has gone bad, so I've changed to another mic. So if I sound different, it's just puberty. That's all it
Because
is.
you do.
What?
We got a new Ryan.
He had to move to a tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because this is a resort bracket, we could call this like the Econo Lodge 8 or something.
I don't know what that is.
The Fairfield Inn 4. I mean,
All right, the next one is going to pit two together. I mean, you could call them the same resort, but they used to be separate resorts, but they've sort of come under an umbrella. Port Orleans French Quarter versus Port Orleans Riverside.
French Quarter all the way.
French Quarter beignets. Woo!
Yeah, that's
Love
what I was
French
going to ask. Which one has the beignets? That's the one I'm at.
All right, that was an easy one. We got to get this over for
It's
my
one of my
mic
favorite
guys.
two
And
resorts.
it's-
So, yeah.
It's smaller too, right?
Yeah.
So it's easier to
It
get
is
around.
smaller.
So
Both
We'll,
did
we'll
Disney.
stay
we
at
just
a,
stayed there.
we'll stay at another place, and then we'll go over just for the beignets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Mom-
stayed. We were supposed to stay for our honeymoon at the Riverside because we were poor, just out of college. And then they saw that it was our honeymoon, and they bumped us up to the Polynesian.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice bump up.
Yeah. So now we got French Quarter versus Coronado Springs.
French Quarter.
Ooh.
Beignets. French Quarter.
I've stayed at French Quarter,
Fort-
so I can confidently say French Quarter.
Coronado! Give me Destino.
We could both vote for Coronado, but we still wouldn't make it through. So
Yeah, wow.
Yes, Jen, you're still a loser.
French. Now that one sort of surprised me that French Quarter won, but yeah,
They have beignets.
that's
Well,
true.
I mean,
Yeah,
what's
that's
Not
fair,
to understand.
They do, have
And you can hop
really
on a boat. 10 minutes later, you're
And
holding
you
a
can-
Gideon
It's
cookie.
probably mint
Yes.
julep thing.
Well, 12 hours
I was gonna
later.
say 10 minutes and 12 hours later.
Yeah, you're holding.
Or get your whole time, go back to your room on the boat, and then come back.
Yeah,
You know,
there you go.
Yeah.
That's true.
There you go.
So French Quarter
Right.
has made it to the Fantastic Four.
Good Dave.
All right. Now the big one. We're
Big
going to have
Deluxe.
to go.
I have much to say
That's
about
true.
all of these.
Yeah, it was interesting looking at this, realizing how much or how many resorts they have as deluxe resorts versus moderate in value. There's a whole lot. Now, basically, we've combined DVC resorts with the deluxe resorts because they're pretty much deluxe resorts, anyways.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a DVC side, because then that would have made a huge mess of stuff. So let's just start off. I'll put the clubs together: Beach Club versus Yacht Club.
Jen, What are your
Oh,
thoughts
am I
on
gonna
Beach Club?
start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you should start it.
So
Just bougie.
personally, I enjoy the yacht club more than the beach club. They do both share the beautiful sand bottom pool, but the yacht club is slightly bougier, not quite so noisy. I find that there's a lot more kiddos running around at beach club, and I just really love the yacht club and the new curtains that are just beautiful. Club level preferably, but not a deal breaker.
Sounds like a dirty dancing competition here. You got the yacht club, the higher up people, and then you got the dirty
there's a spot.
dancers at the beach club. It's
Well,
great.
she's
Very
had the
much
time of her
so.
life there. So.
Mhm.
There. It's just.
I like the beach club theming more. I haven't stayed at beach club yet. I've been at yacht club and I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I'll go with beach club just because I like the theming. It's a little brighter and a little more fun. It's the same exact layout pretty much for the rooms. It's just
it's the same layout.
one's darker themed because it's navigation and boats and stuff, and the other's beachy. And so yeah, I'm beach club.
Not.
Yeah, I'm beach club because beaches of cream. You know, I love beaches of cream, and I love the sort of the fun beach type vibe, like the old coast beach type vibe there. And the pool there is my favorite pool on property.
Stormalong Bay.
Amazing.
Is that the one that had the clown slide?
No.
Oh, and
Yeah.
the boardwalk.
This is the one with the bottom of it is sand. So it's like you're in the ocean, but without all the nasty stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't stayed at either of these places, so again, I looked at pictures, and the beach club looks like you can sleep in a boat bed. So I went with the beach club.
Well,
'Cause
Chris,
of a
maybe you should start looking at
boat
the
bed.
parking lots and figure out which one's going to be more comfortable when you're sleeping in your car. Like, if I'm in my
That's what
car,
I'm doing.
which lot do I like better? Which has more shade? Which is more comfortable?
Exactly.
Catherine?
I've not been to either of these. My son likes boats. Yacht club sounds a little more fancier to me. So if I'm going to spend money, I guess.
Hey, but
I'm going to.
do you like ice cream?
I mean,
But
yeah, who doesn't?
But they're like
But it's like right down.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
It's like you
Kind
just
of
go right
like
over to.
He likes boats. It's a boat that's a
Oh,
bed.
that's right. You said that was a boat. It's a bed. Man,
It's a boat that's a bed.
But I'll,
Have you ever has anybody besides myself had the kitchen sink?
no.
I want to. I
have
want to
one.
try it.
But I haven't.
It's
I've
so
been to beaches.
Can't eat ice cream, so if you want to die,
I've had
Do
the
it.
kitchen sink twice, and
Oh my gosh.
well, it's not just me. It was like
At the same time,
It's like the Gideon.
You know that
They
scene.
it's just me.
they should put a Gideon cookie on top. That would
Yeah.
be awesome.
Oh my.
Gosh.
You know that
It's-
scene in like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure where the Napoleon's eating the ice cream. That's him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a piggy wiggy.
Yeah, I'm a biggie wiggy.
I'm still gonna go for yacht just because for the sake of going with it. So
All right, but yeah, it has 12 scoops of ice cream, candy bars, cake, all kinds of stuff.
Thanks.
We had it with some friends, and then we made one of our friends drink the melted portion of it.
melted.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah.
It was really funny.
Oh,
That's awesome.
We dared him to do it, and he did it. So
He's no longer
I don't
with
think
us.
the OCD
You
did it,
can't.
no.
I would
Can't
do that.
allow that now. Anyway.
no, you can't do that now.
Even the Rona wouldn't touch that.
yeah.
Rona's like, I'm not
so-
touching that. That's gross.
Yeah.
Beach Club is moving on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yacht Club.
That's fine.
Can't be that sad about it.
Yeah.
Beach
It's a
Club
win. Everybody.
versus Boardwalk Inn.
Oh, we're moving up that way.
Well, if you're including the boardwalk, I mean, the area right there in front of the boardwalk where Tutorial Forno is and where the bakery is and where the shop is, whatever, and plus I'm thinking about the gingerbread, the chocolate, whatever, carousel, something like that. I boardwalk. I'm going with boardwalk. I love boardwalk. It's one of my favorite deluxe resorts. I've stayed there before, and I love just that whole atmosphere of the boardwalk at night and the boats and everything. I love boardwalk, so I'm going to go with boardwalk on this one.
Ah. Sorry, Chris. I probably should have moved down, but
Oh no, it's fine.
we're moving over to the right. Doesn't matter. Who cares?
It's our show. We can do what we want.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
One for Boardwalk. Sorry.
I'm gonna actually agree with David Dollar there, and I'm gonna go with the boardwalk. I love the lobby there, and I love that little carousel, and the inside I think is really cute, and I love the whole boardwalk area. If it was Yacht Club, I think I'd have a harder time, but I usually prefer Boardwalk to Beach Club. Though.
Even that sign, when you pull up there, it's got Boardwalk written in that big arch in the front. It just looks cool.
And they did get rid of the creepy clown pools, so that's a point.
Pennywise, the pool is gone.
But I like the creepy clown pool.
Creepy.
Didn't they misspell what they put up in replace of it?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They had to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were trying to spell "you'll all float down here," and they decided to take that down too.
All right.
Especially if you use our life jackets.
2 for Boardwalk. I'm probably still going to the beach club just because I love that pool so much, and I'm a pool guy. You know, like the pool, and they have
Boardwalk has that entire lagoon area you can swim in. You should try that. Just jump right in.
Oh no!
Fine. Yeah. What could go wrong? Don't worry about the friendships that pass you. It's fine.
Or security.
And beach club is close to Epcot, right? You can pretty much walk.
They all are.
Well, I mean, but that's like the closest one, right?
Yeah, but it's like a 5-minute walk versus an 8-minute walk from Boardwalk, so it's almost negligible.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're just so full from eating that entire kitchen sink by yourself that those 3 minutes are crucial, you know.
That would be the reasoning, yes.
Or you're thinking about it's Florida, it can rain at any time, so you're that much closer.
True.
Very true.
That's true.
It doesn't matter. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the beach club. Oh, Chris.
Well, either one of us.
Yeah.
Both of them. Just pick one.
Just
Sorry. Again, I haven't stayed at either of these places, but I have walked the boardwalk, and I do like walking the boardwalk.
There you go.
So I'm going to go with beach. No, go with boardwalk.
I'm going to go with beach.
I'm going to go with boardwalk.
I like the song on the boardwalk.
It's under the boardwalk.
Yeah.
That's
not on the
under the board. You're right.
I'm on the boardwalk, and I'm walking along
Leave me alone.
on the boardwalk. I think I'll sit right here. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah. I'm going to go with boardwalk.
Oh, I'm the lone beach guy.
That, David Dollar described. So.
All right, now we're gonna do the big 3.
Right?
Oh, this is
interesting that you put these together. This is interesting.
They're all monorail.
I figured they'd all have high seeds, and you like separate those out. But this is good.
That's what normal people would do.
That's what I would do if I was thinking about it.
I wanted to make this interesting. Contemporary versus Polynesian.
Wow.
I wanted to do the 3 on the monorail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So contemporary versus Polynesian. I'm going to go ahead and vote Polynesian because I love Polynesian. It's just, it's classic Disney. It's you feel, you got the straight on view of the castle there. You got the beach. You've got the hammocks. You've got you feel like you're in Hawaii. You got the Ohanas when it's open. I love Ohanas.
Luau.
The luau. It's got the volcano. It's got a volcano in the pool. Come on.
Got a freaking volcano.
Got a freaking volcano.
You could die.
Yeah. And it's where I stay for my honeymoon. So there we go. And it's like I've gotten free. Walking through the Polynesian is magical. One time we were walking through and these 2 lifeguards walked up to us, to me and my wife, and said, "Hey, what you guys doing?" And we're like, "Just walking through the Polynesian." They're like, "You want a free fireworks cruise boat?" And we're like, "Well, yes." They're like, "Somebody canceled on us, and we've got all this food on there, so we're looking for somebody to go." So we just went on.
I can say the kitchen sink, so I don't think I can.
Yeah. And it has Dole Whip. It has.
It does have Dole Whip.
Yes.
Dole Whip.
Yeah, you had me at Dole Whip.
Yeah. Polynesian all the way.
Polynesian. Me and my wife, we love like tiki stuff. We love like Hawaiian theme things. Like we've never been to Hawaii, but we have decorated in Hawaiian theme in our house. We just like it so much. I mean, yeah, we always go to Polynesian. We always love the food there, so I gotta go Polynesian.
Yeah, I'm going Polynesian as well. That's never stayed there, but I've been there plenty of times for eating purposes and
Tonga
it's
toast.
One of the.
Too.
It's I was going to say Tonga toast, pineapple caramel, and I guess Dole Whip. I mean, what other reasons do you need? But yeah, it's where it's kind of my dream place to stay right now. But and it's on the monorail. Of course, all of these are, but the Contemporary is a little too noisy, right? Because if you're in that main area with the monorail,
Atrium,
so
yeah.
it's the atrium. Thank you.
The thing about the Contemporary for me is number one, it's got my favorite shopping location in all property, Fantasia
Yes.
and BVG. I love those two shops.
I love that.
They're two different stores for two different styles, and I love them both together. The second thing is when you're pulling up on that monorail and you step off into that concourse with the mural right there, you're overlooking
Blair.
it's all the rooms. Mary Blair. It's one of my favorite visuals in all the property. I love seeing that whole monorail thing. The problem with with Contemporary to me is it's got the atrium, which is the Contemporary, and then that garden wing building off to the side. And I kind of feel like unless you're staying in the atrium, it doesn't really count because otherwise you're just staying in the annex location. Whereas Polynesian doesn't really have that. Polynesian is the Polynesian, and I love their atrium. And Polynesian has that distinct smell when you walk in. It's like Polynesian. And you got the great hidden Mickey right there on the front as you're walking in, and you got the tiki thing in the middle, and so I'm going to say before Disney decides to change it to South Pacific Islander resorts because it's offensive, I'm going to go with Polynesian on this because if the Contemporary didn't have that garden wing annex off to the side there, I would probably go Contemporary, but I'm going to say Polynesian. Stayed there, loved it. It's one of my favorite resorts.
I'm going to be the dissenting voice, and I'm going Contemporary. But now, granted, I stay at Bay Lake Tower typically, which has a delightful smell. It has the top of the world lounge.
It's the smell of money.
Well, that's later on. Bay Lake Tower is.
Wait, do we have Bay Lake Tower?
Yeah, it's on there separate.
Yeah, so this is Contemporary.
You did
separate.
separate it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still going to go with the Contemporary. It's Mary Blair. And I love the wave also. And
you could walk
I
to
guess
Magic Kingdom.
You can walk to Magic
Really
Kingdom. Yeah.
I mean, heads up, whichever one wins this, I'm voting over the Grand Floridian in the next round. So just FYI. I mean,
Well,
so
hey, David, that's one of the reasons why I did it like this.
not even funny.
it's like you knew. Oh, Jen, why are you texting me? You're fired. What?
If you say one more time.
All right, I think Polynesian takes that one.
Yep.
Which it'll move on to face the other monorail resort, which is the Grand Floridian. I think. It's the okay. I know what this one is. Thunder in Paradise, right?
Hulk Hogan.
Are you talking about the Hulk Hogan movie?
Yeah, that's where this was filmed. It was filmed. It was filmed at the Grand Floridian.
There you go.
See?
Well, I'm changing my vote,
brother.
Always an inlet.
Grand Floridian.
Three things that I will always think are overrated at Disney World. Number one, turkey legs.
Yes.
Number two, the Grand Floridian.
Yes.
Number three, Hocus Pocus, the movie. Three Disney things.
Wait, no, you lost there.
Can somebody back me up on the Hocus Pocus thing?
I said it, and I stand by all of that.
Focus.
Thank you, Chris.
Doozies is wonderful. Hocus Pocus is cool.
Now, also offended, I honeymooned at the Grand Floridian. It is my home. I love it.
Honeymoon at Caribbean Beach, and I still voted Coronado.
I honeymooned at Hocus Pocus. I don't know what.
That explains a lot, actually.
Like the black flame candle.
Think
Does
about
that
It does. It explains a whole lot.
Yeah, it
This
does.
was in his Bette Midler phase of his life.
Well,
Hey, kitchen pie. Come
So, Jen, I'm guessing,
about the candle. No.
Jen, I'm guessing you're going to pick Grand Floridian.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Polynesian for me.
I've stayed at both, and when I stayed at the Grand Floridian, it was for. I didn't pay to stay there. It was for a conference that I was speaking at that they put me up there, and I felt like I told my wife when we went to the room, I was like, "Don't touch anything." I'm like, "I don't think we could touch anything in here. It's just like you're in a museum or something. Like, still touch anything. We don't want to break anything." So I did. The only thing I liked, I liked the Grand Floridian, I guess. I like that their quick service places like open like all the time, basically.
24 hours.
Yeah,
Well, it was anyway.
24 hours.
Yeah, it was.
Well, yeah. I don't know about during COVID. I don't
So
think
that
during
was
COVID.
cool. But I'm a Polynesian guy, hands down. So that's for me.
Well, they have a walkway now too.
True.
There's the walkway.
At the Grand Floridian.
And they have Victoria and Albert.
But if you stay at the Grand Floridian, are you going to walk to the Magic Kingdom, or are you going to have your car pick you up?
Oh. No, we monorail to the Magic Kingdom and walk back.
Oh,
That's good.
Because we can.
to feel like one of the
Snack.
normal people.
Well, I want to live in Lilo and Stitch movie, so I'm Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Okay, you're all wrong.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Katrin, did you vote Polynesian?
I'm Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Yeah. What was the lady that used to be? I don't think she's there anymore at the Grand Floridian with the Bears. What was that lady's name?
Yes.
Shoot, I can't think of her name, but no, she hasn't been there, and
Yeah.
she actually was ill the one
Yeah.
time, pre-COVID. But I
thought that
saw her
was
many
interesting.
times.
Yeah, I've been in the hotel but never stayed there.
It's nice.
You know what I find is kind of crazy, and I'm sure everybody realizes this, but is the prices for these hotel rooms per night is just crazy. Because if you go stay at a nice hotel that's not at Disney World, it's a lot nicer than a lot of these hotels. To stay at a
They're not
for less
five-star.
money.
They're not-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would
you
go
also-
to Disneyland.
It's so crazy to me.
You also can't walk out of the Hyatt in downtown Orlando for $325 a night and see Cinderella's castle or Space Mountain or see a boat that will take you to those
I
things.
thought about
you
that
know.
too.
So that's what you're
part
paying
of it.
That's why I'm
It is,
DVC.
but it's still
'cause-
crazy.
Like when we go to Disneyland, we never stayed at a Disneyland resort because those were super expensive.
Well, there's no reason to.
And so we just stayed in a
In your
place
car.
that was right near it in a car.
Yeah.
Disneyland Hotel. I love the Disneyland.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all like super nice, but
Yeah.
But I've stayed in several of the ones there in front of Disneyland as well, so I understand.
It's all been walking.
So this is we're gonna put the lodges against each other. So we have the Animal Kingdom Lodge versus the Wilderness Lodge.
This is the hardest one of the match, of the tournament
This
to me.
is the hardest one of the
Not
match.
to me.
Not to me.
Oh,
I'm good. No.
the Animal Kingdom Lodge has animals. Duh. And if you're lucky enough to get a room, you'll have animals out your balcony. If you're lucky enough, but for some reason, it rarely happens with us. But the thing that I love the Animal Kingdom Lodge, but the thing I don't like about it is it takes forever to get anywhere. Anywhere. And there's some places where you stay, like if you stay in Kidani Village, you go in one elevator and you get off and you're like, nope, sorry, you've got to go down the hallway to get to this other elevator to get on that elevator to get to someplace else.
Or catch a van to the front of the resort where it's the regular Animal Kingdom Lodge so you can eat.
Yeah.
You know. So,
So I love it's very romantic. It's probably like one of the most romantic places to stay with the balcony looking over the savannah.
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 The Savannah.
Chevalier.
Oh my. That's my mint julep.
And the restaurant, Sanaa, the bread service is great, and the food is great. But the Wilderness Lodge,
Wilderness.
it's
wild.
It's easier to get around. It's got a boat to the Magic Kingdom, and it's got a geyser.
Oh well.
And at Christmas time, it's like
it's
beautiful. And they have this new section that has this restaurant, which I forget what it's called. It's outside that overlooks the lake.
Hang on, I'll get it here in a second. It's why did you? Oh,
sorry.
No, it's right there.
It's an outdoor restaurant, pretty much, that overlooks the lake. It's very beautiful, like at sunset, and they have one of the best burgers on property.
Oh, it's fantastic. They have a bison burger.
Yeah, it's so good.
Not Geyser Point, right?
No, yeah, Geyser Point.
Geyser
Okay.
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Because you said Geyser, I was like, there's a point too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Geyser Point.
Nobody gets me.
Is there a point to this, really?
Yeah. So this was really hard. This was really hard for me to pick. Maybe somebody could
Now that
persuade
you
me.
said all that about Animal Kingdom Lodge, it kind of makes me want to go Wilderness Lodge, just easy. But no, I love both resorts. These are both of these resorts are the only deluxes I've stayed in 3 times each. So I love both of these. I love the look of both of these. But you're absolutely right. Animal Kingdom Lodge is way the heck out there.
It's way out.
And it's really not that far. But when you consider however close everything else is to each other, it's kind of far out there. Wilderness Lodge, I love Wishbone Canyon restaurant.
Yes.
I love how fun that is. I love the boat to the Magic Kingdom. It's just a peaceful ride. I'm gonna go Wilderness Lodge on this one.
Isn't it weird that that it you can't just walk over to Animal Kingdom though? I know it's
That. Oh yeah.
like why don't you make it like
Could.
right there?
But it's more challenging.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but I mean, like
Just ride. Just you know what? Just snag a giraffe and have a giraffe take you.
You reach up to your window, you slide down them like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
And for that reasoning, I'm picking Animal Kingdom Lodge. Because I'm going to slide down a giraffe.
He's gonna ride a giraffe to the.
Yeah. I'm picking Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's just I haven't stayed at either of them. I would love to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge at some point, but we've it's been a long time since we stayed at Disney. But Chico's, like I don't know how it is now, but like we would love to go.
It's
into
not there right
Chico's.
now.
Well, I'm sure it's not there right now.
She closed.
But yeah, but we loved eating at Chico's. So I would probably pick Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Fun fact: if you actually get a certain room at Grand Floridian, you can see debutantes wearing floppy hats, drinking mimosas outside your window. And so, yeah, that's always fun.
Oh well, can I pick that one?
Quick service area.
Katrin, did you pick?
I did not
It's the
pick
Savannah,
it.
Georgia view.
I'm going with Animal Kingdom. This is where my wife and I had our honeymoon, so it's got a special place in my heart.
Jen, I don't pick Jen.
I've not picked yet.
I can't afford it now, but it's definitely my favorite. We talked about maybe going back for our 20th, which is not too far away. But looking at the prices, I'm like, but if we don't, then we could go again next year. It's like that's why we stay at Pop most of the time, is because we were going to stay at Port Orleans this last time, and we were like, but we could save this amount of money and then go again, not have to worry about it as much. So that's kind of our rationale. But again, I'm Animal Kingdom.
Well, Jen, we haven't voted yet, so it comes down to
you're
the
right.
time. So what do you got there for me?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Wilderness Lodge, and I do love both because, and I've stayed both multiple times. But I don't. There's something about Wilderness Lodge I just really love the theming and everything, and that's about the closest you're gonna get me to camping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not even getting that close. So.
Yeah. These are very close for me, but I was chased by a snake at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So
You're gonna pick Animal Kingdom
it's
Lodge.
an adventure.
Yeah, it's an experience.
No.
It's like, I'm Indiana Jones.
That's right.
we were laying at the pool, and this snake came out underneath my chair, and like I was like, nope. And I went and told like somebody there working there, and I'm like, there's a snake over there, and they're like, what? Really? And I'm
in my
like,
room.
yeah, it's a huge snake, and they're like, we don't know what to do. Like they literally are like, we don't know what to do. So they went and found somebody else, and then they found somebody else, and then they found this. It was an ordeal.
Well, I mean, if you're staying at a place called Animal
Yeah, Kingdom.
Lodge,
You
you
should
should expect.
Yeah,
Come on.
snake.
So that's not. That's
And
not
the pool smells like flamingo poop. So
again, Animal Kingdom Lodge.
So I think I'm going. I love Animal Kingdom Lodge, but I think I'm going to pick Wilderness Lodge because of the close vicinity to Magic Kingdom and the pageant, the parade.
The
parade.
electrical water pageant.
Yeah.
And you're right there by the Fort Wilderness campsites too. You can
Yes.
take a boat right on over there.
Yeah.
You actually can.
Yeah.
All right, that was a surprise. I thought Animal Kingdom was going to take that one.
Ah.
Wilderness pulled it through, and it's going up against
Snake ruined everything.
It's going up against Old Key West Resort now. This is a sort of a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, this is an easy one.
I used to love Old Key West, and then this last trip we stayed there, and it has seen better days.
It needs a little.
It needs a lot of loving. It smelled like molds in our room. There was mold on the wall. We had to switch rooms like twice.
Ugh.
So I'm going Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah,
Sounds
Wilderness
good.
Lodge.
Let's
for
go.
me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy.
Wilderness Lodge.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's all I had to say. All I had to say was black mold, and you're like, oh.
Well, I was looking ahead on the bracket. I would have gone Wilderness Lodge anyway.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
I thought Animal Kingdom was going to go for, so I didn't even look up Old Key West. So
I mean, it has the word
really,
old. Why do you?
It's another big resort.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's
very
one of the first
sprawling.
DVCs.
It is
and
the
rooms
first.
are really large, actually.
Yeah, first
Rooms are really
DVCs.
large.
Really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's if you're in a pinch for DVC,
It just needs a little.
Yeah.
Zhuzhing up.
All right. Bay Lake Tower versus Riviera Resort.
This one hurts my heart because this is difficult.
I've stayed at Bay Lake Tower. I have not stayed at Riviera Resort, but I've eaten at Riviera Resort at their quick service place, and the burger was so good.
It's good
All
food.
the food at Riviera is amazing.
Those pancakes, man. The lemon pancakes are awesome.
Bay Lake Tower looks to me, as somebody who grew up an hour north of Panama City Beach and spent time there during spring break and during summers and stuff, Bay Lake Tower looks like a large, really nice high tower that kind of overlooks Club La Vila and next to the Sharkies and such over the beach. So I'm going to go Riviera only because I like the food, I like the atmosphere, I love the look of the building, and they did some really great things with our son who has allergies whenever we ate there. So I'm going Riviera. And I'm going to pick it over Saratoga, too, because I'm not a big fan of Saratoga. So, just throwing it in there.
I haven't stayed at either of these places. Again, I looked at pictures.
Chris is my man. I love it.
And you like the parking lot better at...
And I like the
Riviera's
parking lot
too.
better at Riviera.
Yeah.
And it has the Skyliner.
Yes, that's the Skyliner.
Yep.
But you cannot walk to Magic Kingdom like you can from Bay Lake Tower.
That's true.
You can see
However...
the castle from one of those rooms, too, right?
Yeah, you can see the castle.
From one of them. Just one.
Just
Yeah,
one.
just one.
Whichever room Jen's in, it's that one.
No, I'm going to have to give it to Riviera. I was incredibly impressed when I was down there for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opening. And we stayed there. And it was gorgeous.
Wow, we were down there at the same time. I was there for the opening, too.
Yeah, probably saw each other.
Yeah, before the world shut down. Yes, I was there.
Right before the world shut down.
Yep.
They
Yep.
have a bocce ball court there, too.
Yes, they do have bocce ball.
They do.
Yep.
I think I'm voting for Riviera too, just because of all the stuff. The only thing Bay Lake Tower has is a walk to the Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
And then the special DVC
In the lounge at the top.
Yeah, I haven't even seen that because I'm not DVC. I'm not rich, so I can't get in there.
Well, next time we're there together, I'll take you on up.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Let's see.
All right, so that takes Riviera against Saratoga Springs. I think this is
This is still a no-brainer.
Yeah, Riviera.
Although I do
Move on,
have to
Riviera.
say, I did just tour the Saratoga refurbished rooms.
Oh,
Whoa, better. Much, very much cleaner looking, like a more
Very much cleaner.
streamlined. I mean, not that it wasn't clean, but you know what I mean? Like just a cleaner look. It was a lot more streamlined, and I was very impressed with the new.
Well, and I find Saratoga to be very much prettier than some other resorts too.
Yeah.
But I liked Saratoga. I don't want to say it sounds like I said I hated it. I didn't hate it. I like it. Fair enough. I stayed there a couple of years ago. I would rather stay at Riviera. I think.
Ordinary. Right?
Yeah, it is. I'd rather stay at Old Key West actually. I haven't stayed there yet, but kind of the same theming or the same look of the resort. But
yeah.
Anyway.
And it's got the outdoor, your doors go not
It's an
into a
outdoor.
hallway. It's
It's
like a motel sort of. It's nice.
I looked
My-
this one. I looked this one up as well, and I saw they had a spa at Saratoga Springs.
They
Yeah.
So I went with Saratoga Springs
There you
because
go.
I want a back rub.
I
Saratoga's
actually really
resort
like how you think, Chris. Like I'm
thank you.
impressed that you. Yeah, I like. how you
And their parking lots are kind of sectioned off into smaller areas.
Yeah.
There
So
you
you'd
go.
be able to park there and sleep very comfortably there without
think.
worrying
Yeah,
about
that's
Right.
true.
75 cars.
Perfect.
Like,
And you
That's
can
great.
walk
And
to
I-
Disney Springs.
yes,
I
you
get
can.
out of the car like I got a crick in my back
Yeah.
at the spa.
There
And
you go.
See, that'd be perfect for you.
Mhm.
I am still going Riviera though because it's bougier. Let's just be real. So
It is.
Yeah, I think I'm going Riviera too.
I stayed on the floor at the Saratoga Springs with my family at Ryan's suite that he had. We slept on an air cushion,
on an air mattress.
air mattress.
Oh, sorry.
It was my son's first trip, and he's like, "You can stay with us for free." I was like, "Great."
It's trying to be nice.
It was. I mean, he was a lot smaller then, so it was easy. But yeah,
Allowed you to stay indoors.
you did. Yeah.
You didn't have to live in your car.
Yeah, didn't have to sleep in your car.
Yep.
Well, okay, Riviera. Okay, Boardwalk versus Polynesian. I'm just gonna go out and say Polynesian for me.
Polynesian.
Polynesian.
They got to go Polynesian.
That's 3 for Polynesian.
I mean, our votes don't matter at all, David. So I think I'm going to throw a dissenting vote just to.
I'm going to say Boardwalk too. I'm going to say
I'm gonna get
Boardwalk.
Oh wow!
Only because you actually can walk to a theme park from Boardwalk, whereas you have to have a little help with Polynesian.
Especially right now.
Yeah, Polynesian's already won, so I'm with you. I don't want it to be a blow.
I mean, I'm not mad that Polynesian won.
As long as Grand Flow didn't win, I'm good.
You can't even ride the monorail at Polynesian right now, right?
Correct. You cannot ride
For right now, but
right
Maybe
now.
that'll change.
Yeah,
But you can ride the Skyway at the Boardwalk.
I mean, you're saying it's a closer distance, or whatever, to me, but I'm just like, I could stay the day at the Polynesian.
yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Yeah, just walk around.
It has a volcano.
Around, eat Dole Whip all day.
Sit on the beach, maybe.
Go to the what's
Might be
the
alligators.
Oh wait, do they have what's that bar? The tiki bar?
Oh yeah, they have
Trader
Trader Sam's.
Trader Sam's. They got Trader Sam's.
Yeah, they got Trader Sam's.
Might change its name.
Oh, random story about Trader Sam's, and I've told the story 1,000 times, and so if you've already heard it, who cares? When we were there a couple of years ago, I was with a group of agents down there, and apparently the day before, because I had just missed it, the day before, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. were in there,
Oh.
and apparently Chris Evans threw his card down and told the bartender he wanted to buy everybody's drinks,
What?
and the bartender was like, "It's going to be kind of expensive. Are you sure?" And this was, I think, Civil War had just come out, and so Chris Evans was like, "It's been a good year." Yeah, I missed that, unfortunately. They had each, he and Robert Downey each had their own bungalow, Polynesian bungalow.
Wow.
Which, I mean, not that they couldn't afford it, because I think they're okay, but yeah.
They're doing all right.
You know what would make that story even like better is if Robert Downey was getting ready to put the card down, and Chris Evans goes on your left and puts his card down.
As Robert tries to cover it back up, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Go get your suit.
Put on the suit. Give me the card. Put on the suit. Give me the card.
On your left. Okay, so
All right.
Wilderness versus Riviera.
Wilderness.
Riviera.
Oh, 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
This one's going to be a more.
Well, I've never stayed in Riviera, so I have a lot of experience at Wilderness Lodge. So that's why I'm giving it to Wilderness Lodge.
I'm gonna let everybody else go and hope I don't have to.
I'll go with Riviera.
Oh. Well, then, to make Chris go, I'll go with Wilderness.
Chris, you know what the right answer is.
I love my brother.
Well, I was going to pick Wilderness anyways, just so you know.
It's gonna go up against what
Polynesian. So
whatever you
It really doesn't matter.
This really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
whatever you answer is going to change my answer in the next round.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
for me.
I'm just
So,
saying, you know what the right answer is.
Actually, I don't. I don't know who voted for what.
I voted Wilderness. David voted Wilderness.
I voted Riviera.
And Katrin voted Riviera. I haven't stayed at Riviera, so I can't really.
I haven't stayed at either
I'm
one.
gonna go with Riviera because Ryan made me choose.
There you go.
Yes! Winning!
And it has the Skyliner, a bocce ball court,
Well,
and
there
a
you
really
go.
good fast service, quick service.
Really
Skyliner and a sport I'll never play. It'll be great.
And it's
Oh, Riviera's also
They
got
have a coffee
Topolino's
bar.
too, which is really good.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their breakfast is fantastic.
Their breakfast is fantastic, and they have a coffee bar. Did I mention they have a coffee bar
Yes,
Mm.
true.
with coffee?
Now,
I
I
don't
would
like-
never.
She likes that a latte.
Good thing.
I never would have guessed Riviera would have made it this far. I mean, because there's a lot of
Yeah, competition.
competition. So Polynesian versus Riviera. For me, it's Polynesian all the way.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I got Polynesian.
Polly.
Riviera.
There you go.
So then we go back to the first matchup that we decided on like 2 hours ago. Art versus
Although,
something.
wait, if we're doing the Fantastic Four, wait, are we down to the four? So then actually it's Riviera and Polynesian versus.
Yeah, which is art versus
Oh,
French Quarter, I believe.
Yeah, art
Right?
art
The
versus French Quarter.
Yep.
Okay, that's easy. French Quarter.
Yeah, I'm going French Quarter on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beignets.
Yeah.
Guess what? Port Orleans French Quarter over Polynesian. Yeah, I said it.
Oh wow.
No,
That's my
favorite.
he's wrong.
So
Since you guys said, since you voted Polynesian, so there's Polynesian versus French Quarter, and Polynesian wins.
Wow.
yeah,
I gotta
Yeah.
Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of all these places food-wise, and like there's
Yeah.
like
it's a big part.
beignets, but now there's Dole Whip, so I gotta
Dole
steer
Whip
to-
and Tonga toast.
and
Yes.
Tonga toast
That's a
and
twofer.
And the
pineapple
bread pudding.
caramel.
Bread
Yeah.
pudding.
Okay, so this tournament, is this our favorite resort or the best resort? Which there's a difference in the two.
Yeah, I think we've kind of gone with favorite. for the
Favorite,
most
because I'm going to go
part.
French Quarter with favorite. If this is the
Yeah.
best resort, I have to go Polynesian. And so,
Well, then let's go Pest Resort.
When you think about if you think about the amenities,
I
the
called it
matter,
the-
things that
He's
are
outvoted
available.
anyway.
I called
Well,
it
I mean,
the
it's
top resort of Walt Disney World, is what I called it. So
well, I mean, if
Still
we
up
made
to
people decide between Jen and I which one's the best, which one's the favorite, she'd obviously get the best, but I would be the favorite. There's a difference in the question. So,
Although arguably the Polynesian does rank up there a lot.
Oh, I love the
A lot of-
Polynesian.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
French Quarter is my favorite resort, so it's easy for me.
so that's one for French Quarter.
So one
And
wrong
everybody
answer
else.
And everybody else Polynesian?
four right answer.
Thinking
Again,
of
good luck.
transportation for the French Quarter, they share with Riverside, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a little bit longer of a traveling to places sometimes, but otherwise it's.
I'll just
So
have
now we go to the second tournament of the night, which is the restaurant tournament.
Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Victoria and Albert.
All right. Woo.
Deluxe Burger taking on Pecos Bill.
Wow.
There we have it.
Old Pecos Bill.
Giant Rice
Oh.
Krispie
Oh,
treat.
Well, that's a
covered
good
in
question,
chocolate.
Katrin.
Oh, old or
That's a
new?
valid
Mm.
question.
So there we have we have crowned the top resort at Walt Disney World.
Yes.
The Polynesian
Or do
Village, whatever they
You're
call
welcome.
it now. What do they call it now? The Polynesian.
Moana's Polynesian Village. I mean, it's
Sponsored by Moana,
Yeah.
with a little hint of Lilo and Stitch.
Was it okay? So, quick question: was it Art versus Art and Riviera? Were those the two that didn't make it to the finals out of the final four?
Art and
Yeah.
Riviera. Yeah, I guess.
So what's their
Art.
favorite between those two? Art and Riviera.
Riviera.
Let's get a third place.
Riviera.
Riviera.
See, I'd say Art, but okay. Well, Riviera's your third.
I mean,
place.
Probably go with
Archer
Art,
fourth.
but-
Riviera.
Both are on the Skyliner, but both have decent food, or one has really good food. So,
One has a Nemo room.
but then if you go back to like what do I see myself staying at and like affording, it'd go back to Art. It's like so I kind of took this as there's no budget here.
Oh yes.
So
This has
Really,
actually
if
been
we're-
a big plug for their travel agency. So
Well, what's funny is with the promotions going on now, save up to 35% on your room rate,
That's right.
or
Yeah.
get 3 days tickets, get 2 days free with a qualifying package.
Right.
We can
Oh.
put you in just about any of these open resorts for a very good
there
price.
you go.
That is
And I've actually been
absolutely true.
surprised at how good these numbers are on these
They
prices
are.
as
Yeah.
compared to last
Yeah,
year.
right now it's pretty crazy.
I mean,
good.
Disney's like, please come.
That's
Really, if
crazy.
I'm picking a place to stay, I'd go with the Disney Wonder. But
Well, I
here
mean,
we
that's
go.
valid.
that's just me.
I had to
I mean,
sneak
you want
that
to wait
one
for the
in.
Wish to come out in 2022?
Oh, I mean, I'll go then, but like right now,
Now you were supposed to be on a trip recently, right?
like yeah, and like this past like December
Oh.
or
Yeah.
January, I don't know.
January, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were supposed to be on a cruise. Actually, yeah, like this past week, I guess.
I was going to say, wait, we're
Aw.
still in January, so.
But yeah, we had to push it out.
Oh,
Out to sea. Push it out to sea.
Mm-hmm.
And then on its
One
Viking
big petri
voyage.
dish just floating out there. Right?
Oh,
You may want to break this up into 2 episodes.
yeah,
well, it probably is some natural breaks. Well, not natural.
not that.
Well, it
Some
does have
technical
some
breaks.
Anyways, so there we go. It's Polynesian. Yeah, I'm excited. It was my favorite. So
Fine.
it's my.
It's a good resort.
One
Yeah,
of
it's a good resort.
Yep.
And can walk over to the Grand Floridian for.
Not mad at all. The Polynesian is good. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
I do frequently walk from the Grand to the Polynesian.
Oh, well, there you go. See?
I stay at the Grand. I do that frequently.
Are you required to like carry a parasol with you at all times at the Grand Floridian?
I mean, just only if it's really sunny out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My
I
wife
try-
carries one, and she's the cutest thing ever when she's got it because she's not quite as bougie as Jen. She'll do moderate, but only
Steph
moderate. But she's got a parasol.
Oh,
Yeah, Steph has the potential to be as bougie as
She just doesn't have the money to be as bougie as you. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she would.
Listen, if I bring Steph under my wing for about a week, she'll be as bougie as me.
There we go.
So if you excuse yourself there, do you have to go, excuse me, I have the vapors? And then,
How do I know?
who am I?
Bring me a mimosa. Pip pip.
You pinkies up. You do have to do the pinky up thing. Yeah.
Just the whole time you're walking around, you just have to have your
You know,
pinkies up.
If you're at the high tea, when you have high tea.
I do want to go to the character breakfast there, the character meal, whatever.
Oh, the 1900 Park Fair.
Yeah, because my son loves
fine.
Mary
It's fine.
Poppins. And,
Oh.
And,
I think
they
you
have
have fun.
they have chilled strawberry soup, which
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I've been there.
Who am I?
It was fun.
Oh, yeah. And again, Victorian Alberts. They have Victorian Alberts.
There you go.
Well, that's just, so much fun. Anyways, all right. They have
Oh,
Victoria
exhausted.
Alberts. Let's all change it. It's now the Grand Floridian. That's the winner.
Right?
No.
We've changed.
No.
Polynesian's a winner. Thank you for joining us. Where can people find you guys? We're just gonna make sure everybody
Not your
knows
address.
Not your address. Well, I mean, you can give that out if you want to.
And not your favorite stores or restaurants.
Oh.
Yeah,
you,
good.
you can find me at the Grand Floridian. I mean, you can find me at Upon a Sergeant everywhere. And my personal Instagram is at Jen_Novotny.
You can find me online on Instagram at the Magic on a Dollar. It's the is very important. The Magic on a Dollar. Find me on Facebook, Magic on a Dollar, and Disney on a Dollar, 2 different pages. And of course, you can find our show, the Main Street Electrical Podcast, the MSE Podcast on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course, the MSEPodcast.com. Show comes out every Thursday as well. Of course, Jen has another Disney podcast called Divas Dish Diz, the original Diz Dishers.
Correct.
I have another podcast called the Deucecast a Movie Show where I talk movies. Mine's out on Wednesdays. Hers is out just whenever they do it. And yeah. so yeah. And you guys are going to be on our show at some time in February. We're gonna make that happen.
Woohoo!
Absolutely.
We're gonna do the top resort hotel at Disney World.
Yes. It
We're gonna
might
do the
sound
top
a lot like
3
this one.
Disneyland resorts. We'll just those 3 in a round robin tournament.
Now, if our listeners or viewers, have questions about booking a Disney trip, same place? Would they find you at the same place, or do they need to go someplace else for that?
Any of those same places, you can direct message us on any of those places, or info at Upon a Star Travel.
UponAStarTravel.com. Yeah, just mention I Am Geek Show, and we'll make sure we
Oh,
get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you book a trip and you mention the I Am Geek Show, I will send you a gift card to buy you a Dole Whip. You and your family a Dole Whip.
Oh.
I will do that personally. So yeah, you and your party each get a Dole Whip on me if you
Now we're
mention I saw you at I Am Geek and I want to book a trip
Yep.
or I want to talk to you about a trip. So,
Absolutely.
So I saw you at
absolutely. Give me your credit card and book that trip. And
I think I'm gonna-
bungalow coming up.
When I-
At the nicest parking space at the Polynesian.
I'm going to say that when I talk to you in a week or two
Absolutely. I
about
will buy you a Hawaiian Dole Whip.
Oh, yes. Anyways, well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
And-
Yeah,
Yeah.
so much fun.
And thank you to our listeners and watchers. This has been episode, I'm going to get it wrong, 178 of I Am Geek. And we'll see you next week on I Am Geek.